Monday morning tap in. Another day on this hamster wheel. Shout out to everybody that's on this hamster wheel with me. Monday morning tap in. Monday morning tap in. What's good? Another day on this wheel. The hamster wheel. Can I ask y'all a question? A serious question. How many of y'all enjoy being on the hamster wheel? Let me get a thumbs up if you enjoy being on the hamster wheel. Another question. How many of y'all that are on the hamster wheel have just become content or accepted your fate of being on a hamster wheel? That's question 2. Question 3. If you are on the hamster wheel like me and you don't like being on the hamster wheel, but you just feel trapped. How many of y'all just feel trapped on the hamster wheel? Or how many of y'all feel as if you have an idea to get off the hamster wheel, but it's just not working? It's just not panning out. It's just not happening for you. How many of y'all feel that way? Shout out to everybody. Hello. Well, hell is low. Salutations. Salutations to everybody that's tapping into this live. If you are on the hamster wheel and you don't know what to do to get off, I sympathize with you. We all in the same boat. I'm on the hamster wheel. If you got a 9 to 5, you on the hamster wheel. And the thing is, don't lie to yourself. Hi, James the GOAT. The thing is, if you don't like being on the hamster wheel, don't be content or complacent or just say, oh well, like, that's not good. That's defeatism. That's defeatism. You're just accepting that this is just the way it's got to be. This is the way it's going to be, and there's nothing I can do. Don't feel that way. I don't know. There's the way, but I know that if you keep it in your mind that you're not happy, that you're not content, that you're not just going to accept this reality for yourself, you're going to find a way. You're going to figure out a way. No matter how many obstacles that may be in your path. You're going to figure out a way, because you're going to stay with the mindset that I'm not happy being on this hamster wheel. But don't be content, because there's a lot of people that I see around when I'm out and about that it seems that they become complacent and they become content with being a hamster wheel. We all in this prison. We're all in this prison to where in this system of capitalism. We may not have bars and we may not be in a prison cell, but we're in a prison because we're not able to live the reality that we want to live. You know, whatever circumstances that we may have that's preventing us from living the reality that we want to live. And I've been in greater confinement. I've been in jail. And one thing that separates the person that's in confinement, that accepts their fate, from the person that is complacent, is that the person that's not complacent is the person that is not complacent. He says they can lock my body, but they can't lock my mind. I'm going to take this time and I'm going to take this opportunity to read, to learn, to study, to work on my mind, though my body is locked up and incarcerated and trapped. I'm going to use this opportunity to better myself. Whether I'm going to read, like look at Malcolm X. Look at the story of Malcolm X. He was incarcerated. And he went in Malcolm Little. He went in Malcolm Little, but he emerged from that prison, greater confinement, Malcolm X. Why? Because what did he do? When Malcolm X was incarcerated, his physical body was incarcerated, but he didn't let his mind be incarcerated. So when he got exposed to the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad by a brother that was incarcerated with him, he then started to read. He started to study. He read the dictionary, and he memorized all the words in the dictionary. And then, not only that, he started to go to classes, and he started to challenge the teacher, the professor, and the things that they were trying to tell him and brainwash him with. He started to challenge it. He's like, nah, I'm not just accepting what you telling me. You know what I'm saying? So when Malcolm X was incarcerated, he used that as an opportunity to work on his mind. And so we all hide everyone. I'm the only one in your life. Chat, my guy. So, you know, he used that as an opportunity to grow his mind. And we are not in greater confinement, but I believe that we are in this prison of capitalism, in this prison, because in this country, we see that only the wealthy are able to really have the freedom to do what they want. And the majority of us are not. We're not in the wealthy class because the wealthy class is such a small percentage. You look at all these people, right? Let me let y'all see. None of us are in the wealthy class. This guy right here, you know, I talk to him all the time. None of us are in the wealthy class. We are in the working class. We are in the working class, and we are trapped by our bills. We are trapped by our financial obligations. So we have to show up to a job every day. That guy blowing the floor at the gas station. We got to show up to a job every day. We're not able to travel and go and just get up and go and do what we want to do. We're not able to, go play golf in the morning. We're not able to do these things because we're not a part of the wealthy class. We are enslaved. We are enslaved by our 9 to 5. We are enslaved by our job that barely keeps us afloat. So we are prisoners. And some of us, very small percentage of us, realize that and don't come complacent with it. Or I've talked to people, let me not say a lot, I've talked to individuals that I see every day, and we all on this hamster wheel. And I talked to one lady, I go to the 7-Eleven, I get my snacks every day, and I talk to her, and I kind of build up a rapport with her. And I said, what do you want, what dreams, what goals do you have? I know that when you were a little girl, you envisioned being more than this. And what she said, I said, don't you want to be wealthy? Don't you want to be rich? Do you know that you'll never be wealthy and rich working a job? And what she told me was, I'm not concerned about being wealthy here in this reality. I want to be wealthy when I, go to the upper room. So she thinks that she's using religion. She uses religion as a coping mechanism. She says, I'm not concerned about being rich here. I'm going to be rich when I die, when I go to this heaven. Meanwhile, nobody has come back to give a report of what this heaven is, right? We're not talking about these near life-death experiences. I'm talking about somebody that's been physically dead, brain dead, body dead for about 48 hours and has come back to life and said, hey, I was in this place and it was a white gate and it was this guy and it was pearly, all this stuff. Nobody's come back to say that. So she is using religion to cope with her reality. That back in slavery, they put this same trick on us, Black Americans. They while the master was having his heaven on earth, having access to young, beautiful African women, having people work for him, having his wealth, we were having the hell, and they would give us the religion and say, after they doctored up the Bible, they would say, okay, when you guys go, that's when you guys can have your heaven. So that made us stay in that condition and put up with the stuff that we was going through, the hell that we was living on earth. Because, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this, because heaven and hell are states of being, states of existence. You can have heaven or you can have hell. You don't have to leave this reality to have heaven, or you don't have to leave this reality to have hell. These are all states of being. You can have heaven right now, or you can have hell right now. And it is my conjecture that the wealthy, that they're living more of a heaven existence, and us people that in poverty, the working class, we are living more of a hell existence. You did? So, though we are on this hamster wheel, we must not be content and happy and complacent with being on this hamster wheel. We must always be uncomfortable with being on this hamster wheel and not accepting that this is the way life is supposed to be. This is not the way life is supposed to be. You're not supposed to work for your whole damn life at some job that you don't like, 60, 65 years, and then retire, and then only have a few years of life left, and you're so tired, you're so old and beat up that you can't really enjoy it. Nah, that's not life. That's just existing.